live stream video. Do apologise, it's quite early in the morning, and a bit of a follow-on from the previous live video where I was talking about Microsoft announcing some new Xbox consoles, not new as in next gen, but a mid-gen refresh. So if you missed that, you could go and watch my other video, or I could just explain it to you now. So in 2024, we're talking about October, November time, they're going to release a mid-gen refresh, and that's not unusual for console makers. They do that. So they have announced that they're going to revise the Series S, basically just give it a 1 terabyte version. They're going to bring out an all-digital Series X in white with 1 terabyte storage, so same as the one that we've got now. And then there will be a special edition Galaxy Black Series X with a disk drive and 2 terabytes, but that's a special edition, limited edition, whatever you want to call it. So that means we're going to have 5 Xbox consoles in the same generation, and that's a lot. That's a lot for Microsoft to deal with, and it's a lot for consumers to contend with. Which model do I buy? Which one's best for me? So 5 Series S current version, Series S revision, Series X current version, Series X white digital, and then Series X special edition. And I can't think of any other time in gaming history where we've had so many revisions in one sort of generation, except with Sega. So yeah, you do. Console makers always make revisions. So you've got the Switch, and then you get the Switch OLED, and then you've got the Lite. So there's 3 in there. Well, 2 revisions. With the PlayStation range, we started with going all the way back. You had the PlayStation 1 revised to the PS1, PS2, PS2 Slim, PS3 had a Slim and a Super Slim, and PS4 Slim Pro maybe. Don't know if you count that as a revision because it's a slightly different console. Even with the handheld market, Game Boy, you had Game Boy Pocket, Game Boy Advance, you had Game Boy Advance SP, DS, you had DS Lite. But like I said, the only other time in gaming history that I can think where there was far too many consoles of the same gen on the market at once is with Sega. And we're looking at, I can't remember what gen that would be, possibly 5th gen, 4th gen, I think. We're talking the 16-bit era, we're talking Mega Drive. So we had the Mega Drive, then we had the Mega CD, then you had the Mega Drive 2, which was just a revised version, and a Mega Drive CD 2, or Sega CD if you're not from where I am. Then you had the Nomad, which was a portable Mega Drive, and the Multi-Mega CDX, which was it was like a big chunky portable CD player that could play Mega Drives and Mega CD games. And if you really wanted to be you could throw in the 32X, which you would plug into one of these Mega Drives. So Mega Drive, Mega CD, Mega Drive 2, Mega CD 2, Nomad, Multi-Mega CDX, 32X. So that's 7 consoles all in the same mix. I mean, they're not exactly revisions, but they are all part of the same gen. Obviously, you can't use a 32X without a Mega Drive. You can't use a Mega CD without a Mega Drive. But if you had a Mega Drive, you could have a Mega CD and a 32X and have this big, what they call a tower of power. So that's the only time in gaming history that I've known such a huge amount of consoles, all for the same platform, all for the same generation in one. And I really don't see where Microsoft are going with this. That's 5 Xbox consoles, all in the same pool, in an era where they're not doing very well as it is. So why would they throw more money a platform that just isn't working very well. And so I don't know, I can see them dropping the bottom Series S and just keeping the revised one. Although the revised one is going to come in at about £350. That's really not a budget friendly console, which is what the Series S was supposed to be originally. So we're still talking 4, possibly 5 consoles in one generation, and that's not great. Why? Why have they done it? Sorry, I just lost my train of thought there. Like I said, Xbox is a struggling platform at the minute. They are trailing behind PlayStation in terms of sales. We thought that possibly they were going to bring out a handheld version of the Xbox. I know they're trying to experiment with other things, like bringing Game Pass to other platforms. It's now on the Quest, I think, or Quest 2 and 3. So they are trying to do something with the Xbox platform, or the Game Plus, or the Microsoft platform, to try and get sales up. Was sort of rumoured talks that they were going to duck out of the console market altogether. We'll see that in, well, whatever they do for the next gen. But it's really bugged me having these 5 consoles, and some of them I just really do not see the point of. I did a video before the announcement yesterday with a bit of sort of predictions, and I predicted that there would be a Series S revision with a 1TB. That's come about. The all-digital Series X in white, I thought it would come with 2TB. I mean, this is an all-digital system. Games aren't very small these days. My son has a Series X, original Series X. It comes with a disk drive, but it's got 1TB, and that gets filled up very quickly. So I can see why that they have stuck with the 1TB in the white, because they're bringing out this special edition Galaxy Black Series X with a disk drive and 2TB, coming in at an extreme price. But it makes no sense. If you've got the Series X with a disk drive at a reasonable price with 1TB, why would you then bring out a Series X in white, probably for more? It makes no sense, unless they are intending on dropping the current Series X and the current Series S and just going with these new 3 revised consoles. So it's a puzzler to me. Time will tell as to whether they do drop any consoles, or whether they keep all 5 in the mix, or drop 1 or 2. The new Series X in black is supposed to be a limited edition, so perhaps that won't be around for too long, and they'll keep the current Series X as their flagship device. And then you've got these other diskless versions. But yeah, it just got me thinking that never in gaming history have I seen so many consoles in one pool, unless you're talking Sega. And Sega, with the 16-bit era, they really just wanted to throw everything in the ring. Consoles like the Mega Drive, and then you had your add-ons for that. So the Mega Drive CD, the 32X, which a platform I don't even know why existed, because when they launched the 32X, they were already talking about the Sega Saturn, which was the follow-up to the Mega Drive, and it really just was not Sega's time. Then bringing out some portable versions like the Nomad and the Multi-Mega or CDX, it was just too many platforms or too many consoles in the mix, and it muddied the water. People didn't know what to buy. They didn't know where they were going, and they already were talking about the next gen. So that's got to be on people's minds when they're looking at buying a Series S or a Series X, or upgrading their current Series S or X. How long are these going to be out for before Microsoft starts an announcement that the Series X2 or whatever it is comes out, and then leaves these as last gen consoles? It doesn't make sense. Why have 5 consoles in the mix in one shot? if they're in as much trouble as they say they are, they should have just slimmed that down and just beefed up the current ones. New revision X, new revision S, scrap the rest. But there you go. Let me know what you think. It just, after making the last live video, it got me thinking that no time in history have I seen so many games consoles in one generation, except with Sega. And Sega just like to throw everything in the ring to see what sticks, and nothing did. Mega Drive was highly successful, but the Mega CD, the 32X really wasn't. And the Nomad and the Multi Mega, well, if you wanted to get hold of one of those today, they cost you an absolute fortune. So there you go. Make it what you will of that, but too many Xboxes, it reminds me of the Sega days. Link, like, subscribe, enjoy.